So in the last two videos, we have already seen the analysis of circular arches, and today we are going to analyze parabolic arches. Uh, so we already know what is a parabolic arch, and we have also learned important equations to be remembered while doing the analysis of uh, both any type of arch. So directly moving to the problem. A three-hinged parabolic arch hinged at the supports and the crown has a span of 24 meter and a central rise of 4 meter. It carries a concentrated load of 50 kilonewton at 18 meter from the left support and a UDL of 30 kilonewton per meter over the left half portion. Determine the moment, normal thrust and the radial shear at a section 6 meter from the left support. So the question is, a three-hinged parabolic arch. We know that a three-hinged arch means the arch is hinged at the supports, the springing points and the crown. And this arch is a parabolic arch and it has a span of 24 meter and a central rise of 4 meter. So L is equal to 24 meter and small h is equal to 4 meter. So the loads acting on the arch are 50 kilonewton at 18 meter from the left support, as in this figure 50 kilonewton at a distance 18 meter from the left support, and a UDL of 30 kilonewton per meter over the left half portion. So this is the left half portion up to a distance 12 meter, as the span of the arch is 24 meter. So this UDL 30 kilonewton per meter is acting over the left half span, so up to 12 meter, and this 50 kilonewton concentrated load is acting at a distance 18 meter from the left support. So this is the load acting on the structure. So here we have to determine the moment, normal thrust and radial shear at a section 6 meter from the left support. So this is the section. So these are the loads acting on the arch, and this span is 24 meter and the crown is here. The rise is 4 meter. So our section D is here at a distance 6 meter from the left support. So at this point D, we have to calculate the moment, the normal thrust and the radial shear. Okay, so that is a question given to us. So as I told you, drawing this figure is very important in the analysis. So these loads, the distances, everything should be drawn correctly. Okay, so here what are the reaction components we have? VA, VB and capital H are the reaction components we have. First of all, we have to apply the equilibrium conditions and find out the values of these reaction components. So here what are the equilibrium conditions? VA plus VB is equal to 30 into 12 plus 50. So that is the first equilibrium condition. VA plus VB is equal to 30 into 12 plus 50. Then we can take moment about A or B. So here if you take moment about A, it will be like VB into 24 minus 50 into 18 minus 30 into 12 into 12 by 2. And there you will be getting the value of VB, and then substitute that in the first equilibrium condition and get the value of VA. So here VA plus VB is equal to 30 into 12 plus 50, and if you take moment about point A is equal to 0, that implies VB into 24 minus 50 into 18 plus minus 30 into 12 into 6 is equal to 0, or like this you can write. So, and you can get the values of VA and VB from these two equilibrium conditions. Now we have to calculate the horizontal reaction component. For that we have to take moment about point C equal to 0. So here if you take the moment about this point C is equal to 0, the equation will be VB into 12 minus 50 into 6, this distance is 6, minus h into 4 is equal to 0. So if you take moment about this point C is equal to 0, the equation will be VB into 12 minus h into 4 minus 50 into 6. Okay, so if you substitute that and equate with 0, you get the value of h. So that is the value of h, 307.5 kilonewton. Okay, again I am reminding, wherever you write any value, you have to write the unit along with the value. VA or VB or H or any moment, when you do, you have to write the unit along with the value. So here we got all the reaction components now. Now we have to start considering this point D. So here we have to first of all know the coordinates x and y of D. So x we know here because it is already given in the question that D is at a distance 6 meter from the left support. So the value of x is equal to 6 meter. So the value of x is 6. Now we have to find the value of y. So how to find out the value of y? We know the equation for y, we have already discussed. So y is equal to 4hx divided by L square into L minus x. So here we know that h is equal to 4 meter, the rise, 6, the x coordinate of D, point D is 6. So x is equal to 6 and L, the span is 24 meter. So substitute the values of h, x and L in the equation of y. So you will be getting the y coordinate of the point D. Y coordinate of point D is nothing but the level of point D from the springing. So this level is y. So here using the equation we have calculated the value of y also. So here y is equal to 3 meter. So as in this figure, y is equal to 3 meter. Now in our question, the moment about this point point D is asked. So first of all, let's find out the moment about this point D. So what is the moment about this point D? VA into 6 sagging, VA into 6 minus H into 3 minus 30 into 6 into 6 by 2. Clear? So taking moment about this point D, it is VA into 6 minus H into 3 minus 30 into 6 into 6 by 2. So just substitute the values of VA, H. So here you get the moment about this point D. So that is the first thing asked in the question. Moment about point D. So what is next? So determine the moment, normal thrust and radial shear at a section 6 meter from the left support. So here we have already calculated the moment at a section 6 meter from the left support. So at the same point we have to find out the normal thrust and the radial shear. For that we need to know the angle made by the tangent drawn through this point D with the horizontal. So that angle theta we know the angle theta is required. So let's see the calculation of theta. So theta is the angle made by the tangent drawn through this point D to the arch with the horizontal. That angle is called or theta. And we also know that tan theta is the slope at this point D. So tan theta is the slope of the tangent, and we also know that slope is equal to dy by dx. So the slope of the tangent tan theta is equal to dy by dx. So the slope at D is equal to tan theta is equal to dy by dx. We know the equation for y. So take the derivative of y with respect to x. So that is our dy by dx. So take the derivative of this y with respect to x. So dy by dx is equal to d by dx of 4hx divided by L square into L minus x. So here you can open the bracket and find the derivative, and here dy by dx is equal to 4h into L divided by L square minus 4h divided by L square into 2x. So that is the derivative of this equation. Just open the bracket and take the derivative. So that is the equation here. Dy by dx is equal to 4h into L divided by L square minus 4h by L square into 2x. So here substitute the values of x, L and h, and that will give the value of tan theta. So find out the dy by dx. This is the value of dy by dx, and in this substitute the values of x, L and h, and you will get the value of tan theta. So tan theta is equal to dy by dx, and in the equation of dy by dx substitute the values required and find the theta value. Theta value is equal to tan inverse dy by dx, and that is what we are getting here. So here theta is equal to 18.435 degree. So here remember the calculation of theta. Tan theta is equal to dy by dx. We know the equation for y, and take the derivative of y with respect to x. So substitute the values of x, L and h and get the value of theta. So once we calculate the value of theta, we can go for the calculation of normal thrust and radial shear. The equations are same. N is equal to V sin theta plus H cos theta, and Q is equal to V cos theta minus H sin theta. Yeah, but before that we require the value of V here. We have already calculated the value of theta. We know the value of H also, but here we have to find out the vertical shear at D, the value of V. So here at this point D, what is the shear force at D? So the shear force at D we have to calculate. The shear force at D is nothing but VA in the positive direction minus 30 into 6. Sum of all the forces up to the section, that is what we call as shear force. So here the shear force at D is equal to VA minus 30 into 6. This distance up to the point D is 6. So VA minus 30 into 6 is the shear force at D. So the vertical shear at D is equal to VA minus 30 into 6. Substitute the value of VA, and here we are getting the value of vertical shear at D. Capital V is equal to 102.5 kilonewton. So here now we got the values of V, theta and H. Now substitute the normal thrust N is equal to V sine theta plus H cos theta, and radial shear Q is equal to V cos theta minus H sine theta. The equations are same. So substitute the values of V, vertical shear at D, theta and H, horizontal reaction component. So substitute the values of V, theta and H to find out the normal thrust and the radial shear at section D. So that is about this problem. Analysis of parabolic arches.